The fact that you opened up a physical therapy practice, which is a very hands-on business, in the start of the pandemic, like that is an extremely commendable the practice to be able to do. There's not many entrepreneurs that could have started at that time in a hands-on environment like you and ended up still in business in 2023. Like, what was that like? Kind of give the viewers a background of the time.
Yeah, so I mean, my partner and I, obviously, it was somewhat that we didn't plan on the pandemic, but going into business was something that we had planned on doing for a couple of years, even prior to that. And so I think we actually got slightly lucky because I think had we signed the lease on our current clinic several months earlier, we would have went into the pandemic having just opened the business, and a lot of clinics were closing at that time. In fact, many clinics were closed for a good 3 or 4 months, and so we got a little bit lucky because we actually we started. It's a kind of a long story, but long story short, we opened doors on a brick and mortar place in the middle of 2021. So at that point, clinics were reopening. They were able to take new patients in. And so, as challenging as it was, I think had it happened, if we hadn't opened about a half a year to a year earlier, it may have been a different story because, we would have had all overhead, rent costs, and everything without any income whatsoever. So, despite the fact that it was challenging because we were getting a lot of COVID related cancellations early on, at least it wasn't a few months earlier when we would have been prohibited from even opening our doors, yet still have all of our